Glower became bored to grow a new room or two. It usually happened on Tuesdays when King Glower was hearing petitions. So it was the duty of the guards at the front gates to tell the petitioners the only two rules the castle seemed to follow. Rule 1, the throne room was always to the east. No matter where you were in the castle, if you kept heading east, you'd find the throne room eventually. The only trick to this was figuring out which way was east, especially if you found yourself in a windowless corridor or the dungeon. This was the reason that most guests stuck with Rule 2. If you turned left 3 times and climbed through the next window, you'd end up in the kitchens, and one of the staff would lead you to the throne room, or wherever you needed to go. Sally only used Rule 2 when she wanted to steal a treat from the kitchens, and Rule 1 when she wanted to watch her father at work. Her father was King Glower the 79th, and like him, Sally always knew which way was east. So my book is Tuesdays in the Castle by Jessica Day George. It is fiction, so it's completely made up. It takes place in a fantasy castle called Castle Glower. So this castle can change, and every Tuesday it makes a new room or a hallway or a corridor, or it makes something new. So it could be like a staircase. It's mostly in the kingdom and the castle. It's also in some neighboring kingdoms, and there is no particular time mentioned, so it could be past, present, or future. So the first characters is the royal family, which is King Glower the 79th and his wife, the Queen. So most of the book, they're actually missing and they're suspected dead. And so then there's their first son, which is Bran, and he's the oldest. So he has gone to the College of Wizardry to become a wizard. He is not going to become the heir to the throne. The next child is Delilah, or Lila, and she is kind of like a motherly figure. She's very nice, and she's got her love throughout the book, which is Pogue Perry. So she really likes him, and she's kind of like the love interest in the story. And then there is Rolf, and he is the third child. He is actually heir to the throne because his room was moved next to the throne room, which is a sign that he's going to be the one who will lead the kingdom next. So he'll be King Glower the 80th. And then there's Sally, and she's the last, the youngest child. She has a special connection to the castle. It loves her, and she loves it. And so it kind of does whatever she wants. So if she wants something built, then that's the next room that will happen. So yeah, that's the family. Then there's some friend people in the book. So Prince Lulath is a king or a prince from another kingdom who comes for the celebration of the castle because the heir is becoming the king. And then there is Pogue Perry, who is the one that's in love with Lila. And he helps a lot with the mission searching for their parents when they're suspected dead. Then there is the castle staff. They're just kind to them, they've grown up with them, and they're very helpful to the children. And then there is Rufus, who is her stuffed lion that she's had since she was a child, but he actually is not just a stuffed toy, and you find that out later on. And then there are the enemies, or the foe. So that's going to be the regents, which come to help Prince Raw when he's becoming the king because he's too young to be king by himself. Then there's Prince Kelsh, and he is an evil prince who got kicked out of his own kingdom, so he's coming to try and plot to take over their kingdom. And there is Prince Kelsh's assassins who try and kill the king and queen. So the plot line of this book is it's about a kingdom with a magical castle. So the parents go missing when they're on their way to see Bran's graduation at the College of Wizardry. So the children have to work with this and try and find a way to take care of the kingdom without their parents there. So Prince Roth, he is the heir to the throne, so he's going to go and become the king, but he finds out later on that the regents who are supposed to be there to help him and Prince Kelsh are trying to take over the kingdom and throw him out of power. So they have to deal with this along with the castle and getting all of it to work together in the kingdom. So, again. I thought it compared to the book The Familiars because there was magic in it and kings and queens and stuff like that. It also compares to King Arthur and the Round Table because it's, that time period with princes and princesses. And then in larger context, I related this to times in the Renaissance era when there were a lot of monarchs and monarchies. So, yeah. And click. So I thought the author did a very good job of making it like really intrigue you. They created a lot of suspense. It was a really fun book. And then there's also Wednesdays in the Tower, which is the sequel to this book. I recommend this book to anybody who enjoys just an easy read. It's a nice book. It wasn't the best book I've ever read, but I thought it was pretty good. It has a little bit of action, but it's mostly just kind of like a nice little story that's not super scary or anything. And I thought that it was pretty good. I did enjoy it, but I think I'm more interested in other things than this. It is a Helen Ruffin Reading Gold book if you're interested, because it has an award, so that is kind of a high point. And then I have a video.
Super.